Is it audioing?
Are you audioing?
Am I audioing? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Where we left them in the last video, guys.
What?
What's up, guys? JC Sense here. So we are heading to Micro Center today. Them being one of our sponsors, we every quarter get to go and make a video, and we kind of get to decide what we want to do. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna take our happy selves over to Micro Center. It is basically just before New Year's Eve, so that means it's probably gonna be a million people, and I don't know what we're gonna do yet. So we're just gonna decide when we get there and look around the store, see what we find, and see if we can come up with a neat video idea. The problem with looking around Micro Center is we always end up leaving with more than we went there sponsored to get, costing us money. Okay, so I'm out in the studio right now, and what these guys don't know is what I've actually set up for them is their Christmas gifts. So they are each getting a $1,500 shopping spree that they can buy anything they want at Micro Center. They don't know that. So huge thank you to Micro Center for sponsoring today's video and allowing me to spoil both Nic and Phil. I know Phil has been wanting a new CPU, motherboard, and RAM because his 9900K is really starting to kind of show its age. Nic, I have no idea. He might do 3D printing stuff. I'm completely lost. I'll also be picking up my brother-in-law's gift while I'm there. So anyway, they don't know that. They won't know that till we get there. All right, speed. So it's about an hour drive to Micro Center from where the studio is. So we figured we would take the Comfort Mobile. This is the RS6, but really we're just chauffeuring Phil around. As you can see, he's just in the chill position back there as both Nic and I are apparently chauffeuring him around. Why are you filming me?
What? It's just a B-roll shot.
I feel like I just need an axe now.
Hold an establishing shot.
I need an axe. Okay, so here we are at Micro Center in Tustin. If you guys have never been here before, I highly recommend you come out here and check out Phil's dancing because he's always going to be here dancing right outside the tech bar. Anyway, so here's Jeremy. Jeremy, say hi.
Hey guys.
Jeremy's our handler. He's the one that's like, stay in line. Anyway, so when we do these quarterly videos, we usually have this. We have some input from Micro Center on what we want to do, and then we usually give some feedback. We initially decided we were going to do like what's an inexpensive build that we can do, but you know what? I decided because it's the holiday season that I was going to surprise these guys with their very own shopping spree. So each of you have $1,500 that you get to spend in the store today on Micro Center's and my goodness of my heart. No, goodness of Micro Center's heart. So I'm vlogging you guys today to see how are you going to spend $1,500 in the store.
I was wondering why he was filming so much stuff because I was like he never takes the camera away from me to film because why, right? That's my job.
So I have predictions. You are going to get a new CPU, motherboard, and RAM. I can feel it. You, I'm not so sure. I was like, maybe 3D printing stuff, maybe simulator stuff. So the Tustin store at the very least has a 3D like flyover view, like that's it's like stitched together photos, kind of like how like Google Maps works, of everything in the store. So if you want to know where something is, it'll tell you what aisle and everything, and you can actually find exactly in the store where it is. So it's not like a drawing, it's a real stitched together like drone flyover type footage. All right, so we're gonna start with, each of you need to get a cart, and we're gonna see how they're gonna spend their money. Also too, because it's store hours right now, the music's kind of loud. Normally when we're here in the morning and they're doing like their like unpacking of pallets and stuff, they'll turn the music down, but we're not doing that because during the holiday season, tons of trucks coming in, tons of restocks and stuff, so we came in during store hours right now. So if you come up and say hi to us today, you might actually make it into the video. But if you're watching this, then that either happened or didn't already. Oh, what I forgot to tell you guys is you only have 5 minutes. You're talking about...
Hold on, brain's still processing, but what?
You're talking about getting a new tablet?
Yeah.
At least like an inexpensive one for the RTFM show?
That, and just like for streaming at home and stuff, because I use it as my second monitor.
He's gonna show up to the RTFM show with like an iPad Pro now.
Oh no.
Everyone can wish and think about a million ways they would spend like a certain amount of money, and then once you have it, you're like, oh crap.
Well, especially because like I was only thinking about that processor upgrade, so my old budget was like $500 to $600. So now it's like, what do I do with the other like 700 now?
Yeah, so but you were still going back and forth between 12,700K, 13,600K.
Yeah.
and DDR4 versus DDR5.
So now it's interesting because it's like, should I go even higher with the processor? But at the same time, it's a gaming computer. Maybe I should watch the Jace 2 Cents video that helps me decide what parts I should put in what computer.
Then you should write a hate comment about how I led you wrong.
Yeah, and then I can email Phil at nic@jace2cents.com. This is like the when you accidentally put the selfie cam on and your face is like this. Yeah, gross.
Oh, there's drone stuff here.
Oh wait, soldering stuff.
Right, the soldering station I ordered comes tonight. Ooh, water cooling stuff. Bye, Phil.
One of these days I can afford one. No, I'm kidding. So the dilemma is it's hard finding an ITX board. Because if you look over here, I have all the selection I want for all the boards I want, except for they're too big. So.
Well, because you have an NR200P.
I have an NR200P Max.
Yeah.
Which is the same size and form factor as me. And I'm now finding out motherboard prices are insane, dude.
Yes, they are.
Like this motherboard, now that I think about it, is more than the processor. So we found out the Asus thing is like over $500. So I think 350 is a little bit better, but you know.
I haven't had any problems with ASRock personally.
Me neither. Yeah, I actually like ASRock, so that's why I was like, dude, this looks sick.
But what you
It doesn't say ROG.
You're not gonna even be able to see it.
I know, but still.
All right, so 13,600, 13,700.
Yeah, I know.
13,900. Okay, so Phil has decided.
Yeah, let's go with a 13,700K, dude.
Is it one of those like because you have the budget and you're here now?
No, it's totally because I have the budget, and also it's just like you said, $40 per core.
It's 40. Yeah, it was 379 versus.
You can always not use some cores, but you can't use cores that don't exist. Is what I'm thinking. Because again, if you think about the fact that I had that 9900K for this long, I'm, just like that video we were talking about. I do have to think. Thank you. I do have to think about the fact that this is going to be my processor now for probably 3-4 years.
That is a DDR5 board now, so you need DDR5.
Now I got to get DDR5. I got to get rid of my cool 64 gig dual stick DDR4 weird thing that only supported that motherboard.
Because that's the thing. Do you want to go 64 down to 32 and save money, or do you want to keep 64?
No, I'm gonna go down to 32. Having 64 for this long and gaming and playing, even games like Star Citizen that eat like 20-30 gigs of RAM, like system RAM, it's like I never actually saw using more than.
And you don't even edit on that computer.
So I went with a
Trident fanboy.
What? Trident
fanboy.
Dude, look at how cool they look.
And for those of you calling me a Corsair fanboy because I use it in all my builds, it's sponsored. Hey Corsair, why doesn't my RAM shelf look like this? Okay, so how much money do you have left?
I have $623 left. So.
And that's not where your brain was thinking all week long as you were putting
I know
stuff in your cart. So I knew all week long that I was going to be doing this for the guys. So as Phil, I did that video recently about the, what did I call it? The reasonably priced build, and Phil saw me use a 12700K and a Z690 and DDR4, and he was like, ever since we did that video, he kept putting stuff in his wish list on Amazon, pricing it out. And I heard him mention like 3 or 4 different times this week about, like we even joked that there's a Shake Shack opening nearby. And he was like, well, I guess that 13600K has to wait longer now. Cause he's like, I'm gonna order Shake Shack every day. The funny thing is he didn't expect to get that and now have like almost $700 left to spend. Yeah. We should check in with Nic though and see what he's got so far.
I got the perfect Nic call. Nic, I found Gundam stuff.
There's still nothing in his cart. I called it. There's nothing in his cart.
Oh, wow.
I called it. I was like, there's not going to be anything in Nic's cart. Watch. And?
Well, I need a key to get to the case. I found this is the tablet I want.
What tablet is that? The
It
Lenovo
is
tab?
Lenovo Tab M10 Plus 3rd gen.
Not a sponsor.
Okay. And then I was looking at ultra-wide monitors to replace the SimRig monitor I have at home because the SimRig monitor is only like 60 hertz and I want 144 hertz.
That actually is a travesty. So you use your tablet for like streaming at home or what?
Well, I use it for RTFM, and then I also use it like at home in my garage to pull up manuals and diagrams when working on the car. Instead of having my laptop and getting oil all over the laptop, I figured I use it on the tablet.
You're getting the Lenovo tab, this one?
Yeah.
Ooh, $189, that's not terrible.
Right. All right. Ultra-wide monitors.
So to get an idea of what it would be like sim racing with it, he's watching some sim racing footage on the monitor, which is actually pretty smart. And I would much rather do this than multi-panel. Not having to deal with
That's exactly why I was looking at ultra wide.
Yeah.
Because the triple set, I don't like the bezels in triple monitor setup.
NV surround is just awful.
And it's hard to calibrate because I already helped a friend calibrate a triple monitor setup for his sim rig, and there's lots of measuring lots of measuring, and then inputs into the option settings.
So Nic is also considering the Odyssey 34-inch VA curved panels. So some of you might be noticing that the two panels he's looking at are VA. Remember, this is sitting on a sim rig that doesn't do anything except sim rig or his VR gaming stuff. Now VR, he has an HMD on his head, so that doesn't matter what the display is, and literally plays no other games other than sim racing. So having the high refresh rate and the affordability of VA in sim racing makes sense because the colors just need to pop. It's fine. It's about, there's some compromises obviously with VA. It's like halfway between TN and IPS in terms of color recreation. The off-viewing axis angles are not great in terms of color shift, but fortunately with it being a curved panel right in front of you, that's not gonna necessarily happen. And it gives him the high refresh rate and the affordability to have a very niche single use, if that makes sense. If you were using this panel all day long for like looking at YouTube videos and playing games or maybe streaming, whatever else, then IPS is probably what you would want. I would take the Odyssey because it's 5K by 1440. And even though your 2080 will probably not be able to hit the 120 hertz on it,
it's still better than 60.
You're on 60 FPS now, and
locked at 60.
Upgrading your graphics card in the future only means you get then better display, better resolution. That 1080 vertical was killing me on that LG, and the Odyssey's cheaper.
Like $50 cheaper, but still, it's a good upside.
That's what I would do. Well, Nic wins the biggest award.
Is it gonna fit in the car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do you think I brought the wagon?
Double checking.
That's a big box. So here are the specs of that panel that he just got. It's a 5120 by 1440 VA. It's HDR 1000, HDR 10. None of that's really going to matter, honestly. 120 hertz, 4 millisecond response time. Not the fastest response time, but again, it's okay for sim rig stuff. DisplayPort 4.0, HDMI 2.0, but it's normally about $1,000. $750 on sale. That's a deal. So we have been here about an hour, and Nic has only spent half of his money. He got a tablet
and a monitor,
and he still has about half to spend.
I'm like, what do I do?
You think about Xbox controllers?
Well, a new Xbox controller, so it's wireless instead of always having to do the USB thing.
Wait, it's already wireless.
Not the first gen stuff. I still have my old Xbox
Oh, I thought you
One
were the one at the
controller.
studio.
No, not the. No.
I was like, dude, it's Bluetooth.
I'm thinking home setup, dude. Like not studio.
It's kind of funny how well I know my employees because I kind of called the fact that, well, I said Nic might go 3D printing stuff, but I said he wouldn't do like computer components. Because Nic could have said, screw it, I want to buy a nice graphics card, and that would have been it. You could still buy a nice graphics card right now with what's left over.
If I do the graphics card, then I'm ruining myself, and I'm very content with the stuff I have right now.
How are you ruining yourself? No,
So-
this is going to ruin your current graphics card. That's what's going to happen.
Eventually.
No,
But-
now. The second you plug it in.
I'm just good with the refresh rate already.
Dude, 5120 by 1440. This is going to make your 2080 literally scream for help.
Don't say that.
I have to say that. That is the fine print of going with this kind of panel. And with that money you have left over, you could absolutely buy a graphics card that will destroy the 2080. Sell the 2080 on Craigslist for like $300, get some of that money back. If you're wondering why Nic is scratching his head, we just found out they have an open box RTX 3080 that is under what he has left, and he could still buy an Xbox controller. Jeremy is being a devil's advocate in all this, saying, buy a graphics card.
He's an enabler.
I'm a salesman.
No.
I'll tell you what you need.
Micro Center as a whole is the enabler in all of this. Thanks, Micro Center. Dude, what are you compensating for with that monitor?
Big monitor energy.
Speaking of monitor energy, they have Monster energy drinks here. Phil was in the same dilemma, having a lot of money left over and not knowing what to buy with it.
Yeah, that's
It's hard, right?
It's a very strange
You
place
did not
to be.
wake up today going, how would I spend $1,500?
No, because I woke up woke up determined to buy that tablet after we're done shooting here. I didn't realize.
Wow. I was so worried that you might buy that or that Phil was going to buy the PC parts he wanted before we got here. I was like, that's okay. They have return policies if he bought them somewhere else. But it's funny watching you guys. Phil was literally sweating.
Yeah, dude. I was just I was walking in circles. I didn't realize. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I was just thinking. I was like, oh my gosh, just like the options. Once I'm given so many options, I'm done.
Well, yeah. Look at this place. Look at this place. We found Phil, and he looks. Yeah, it's the same face I'd be making. $539.
This is
And it
enough.
still carries the same. What's the if there's anything weird with it? What's the return policy?
It's, I mean, 30 days, no questions asked. Obviously, don't throw it down your stairs. Don't.
They won't ask questions.
Bro, this is
Check
like,
it for scratches. If there's scratches, we might be
I
able to
mean,
talk them
for
down more.
530.
This is no brainer at this point. That's a literal no brainer. Just throw it in, dude.
Oh, no. Oh, wait. No, we got it. Okay, so Jeremy's gonna do us a kind, and he's gonna open it up so that we can just make sure it wasn't like already thrown downstairs or something. But $539 for a Founders Edition 3080 that if they took it back, that means somebody bought it and then returned it. Probably bought that around the time the 4090 launched or the 4080 launched or something, and then they were like, screw it, I'm gonna go ahead and just upgrade. Which means if it's very light use, which usually they won't take it back and resell it on the floor, if it's like terrible and damaged or whatever, they won't take it back. You might have just gotten yourself a 3080 for $535, dude.
Dude.
Now the monitor makes sense. I mean, it's dusty. We can always clean that up. Okay, so $535. You need to subtract that from what you had left. Is that enough to get your controller?
Yeah,
Yeah, $111 left over.
that's definitely enough for a controller.
All right. So Nick's gonna find a controller. Phil is actually choosing to. He's taking some of the money left over.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a soundbar and that eSwap X Pro controller thingy that looks pretty dope because screw X, my Xbox Elite controller. Oh, I'm so disappointed in that thing. So mad about it. But
And
anyway,
then you're gonna gift card the rest
yeah,
of
and
it.
then whatever I have left over, it'll probably be around 100, 150 bucks or something like that. Get some gift cards to give them to friends
Because holidays.
yeah, and also because like Jay said, like I don't need this stuff anyway, so might as well give it to some other people too that don't need this stuff.
Hey, Phil's wholesome and Nick's just selfish.
I'm gonna treat myself.
Somewhere with RGB.
Oh, you got the Leviathan.
Yeah.
You said soundbar with RGB.
Yeah, honestly.
Is there any sound with your BG?
Hey, if you're gonna get a shopping spree, you might as well RGB some stuff.
How much is that?
$250.
Yeah, because space is a concern for you, so it's nice and short.
I already,
Just like you.
and I already know that like the soundbar with the subwoofer works because that's exactly what I have right now. But it's seriously like a $30 Amazon soundbar and like a $40 monoprice subwoofer. So
That's
little bit
THX
of an
certified.
upgrade.
So, especially since now after that QNED video, you're thinking about getting a TV as a monitor.
Yeah.
So then it would also double as like your home theater.
well, the interesting thing is because this supports Bluetooth too. Then now
yeah.
I also have just like a Sonos style, just
Yeah.
kind of a music speaker in the living room too, which is dope. Because that's the thing about a one-bedroom apartment. You don't really need much speaker to be speaker for the whole place.
And it's an apartment, so if you go too loud, everyone else hears it.
Exactly, yeah. So that's why I didn't go with because I was looking at the LG Atmos like soundbars and stuff, but it's like,
Bounce it off your roof.
yeah, bounce it
Fortunately,
off my
it's a
roof.
one-story apartment, so it's not like you have neighbors above you to worry about. But
Yeah, but it's like, and then I thought about the fact that I was like, well, I'm only really going to be able to blast it at like 4 to 9 p.m. So I'll just go with the little smaller one.
This is always the exciting part, ringing it all up. Especially when they're not having to pay for it. So we got some of the solder stuff that we need to make sure we have everything to fix those broken CPU pins. So we are going to be doing, or at least attempting, CPU repair, which I'll be testing and practicing on busted FX processors. So G Fuel.
I specifically didn't get phase buried because energy on top.
This is some efficient shopping spreeing. Look at this.
This is some Price is Right stuff right there.
right there.
82 cents. What can I
you
get for
did.
82 cents?
It's like the Price is Right. If you get within a certain amount, you get both carts.
Hey Jeremy, I'll buy a 4080 off you for 82 cents.
We can penny it out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I like my job.
All right, so time to ring up Nick and see how he did. Meanwhile, Phil is over here in love. If this were Price is Right, where do you think you're coming in at? 14. I'm saying 1441.
I was say, dang it, it's got 1442, bub.
Oh no.
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 I want to say probably 1450, 1449 in that area.
Dude, Nick gets both carts. He said 449. Sorry, Phil. He got the money like on the money.
Oh,
so
really? What did you guess?
He gets 1449 and it's 1449.
Dang! Why didn't you even guess? That
So he
doesn't
gets
count. I
both
wasn't
carts.
playing.
So this is now Nick's.
No, it's not.
This is
No,
Nick's.
it's not. No.
No, I don't need it, so Phil could have it.
Oh, charity.
Yeah, I only have one computer at home. This guy has two.
Whatever, dude.
I have 4 laptops I'm not using alone. Jeez, that's a big box.
That's what she said.
Dude, I don't think that monitor is big enough.
It's enough. It's enough.
To fit the monitor.
Dude, how am I gonna go? How am I gonna get home?
Sucks.
My seat.
All right, so there you go. We have a car full of stuff. Phil is like literally cocooned.
I genuinely can't stop smiling.
He's
I
like,
have two friends that are also gonna like be smiling too.
yeah, the gift card idea was pretty neat.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and head out of here. Get ready for the New Year's weekend. Hopefully you guys have a good New Year's. And as always, subscribe if you're new around here. Comment down below about what they bought that was wrong and how they should have bought this.
No, don't do that.
And they're
Don't.
dumb.
Yeah, I'm gonna get crap for my Razer soundbar. That was $250. But
Oh yeah, you deserve that one.
yeah, but hey, it has RGB. So
Yeah, it has RGB. You gotta give him that much.
yeah,
And that's why you're gonna get crap and you deserve it.
exactly.
All right,
Remember,
guys.
send all hate mail to Phil.
Oh wait, we're in a car. We have to end it like car vloggers do. All right, guys, take it easy. We'll see you in the next one.